We live in very weird times with all of the events that have been happening recently. The massive unrest, the pent-up anger and frustration and violence that's been released. It's a very strange juxtaposition with what the purpose of this channel is. And I just kind of wanted to take a moment to express the gratitude and the knowledge that in part what I'm able to do, my background and what led me to be able to reach this point of wandering around in the wilderness and experiencing that sense of wonder and fascination is very much in part due to my being supremely lucky by circumstance of my birth and who my parents are and how I was raised. And I'm very aware that there are many people who, due to different circumstance, often caused by a circumstance of race and the history associated with it, aren't that lucky. And in many ways, I'm a really deep believer that a wonder for nature and the ability to experience these places and live at nature's pace is so fundamental to the human experience. And it's often made me very, very sad that we do have such a diversity problem in the world of these people who actively pursue nature and its experience. I just don't really know what to say that hasn't been said better by others who are closer to the action and distance. Other than that, I hope we do eventually find a world where people can safely experience nature and have the ability to go out into public places and wander around the wilds. And so I'm just going to end this particular segment with just that acknowledgement and gratitude and hope that we can eventually live in this better world. Well, not a huge amount of filming time today. I had to drive quite a ways to go get a new GPS unit because my other one had some weird kind of internal software technological glitches. So after all that driving, I'm back in the field and I'm gonna be doing some owl surveys tonight and getting the next vlog entry started. Well, I've come to the conclusion that poison oak is absolutely not my favorite plant. I've usually not had many issues with it in the past, but the site I cleared the other day basically had me going through about maybe 80 to 100 meters worth of clearing out these patches that were basically just poison oak. And they were in these kind of vines that were wrapped around everything, and all the leaves were just, constantly coming into contact with me because I, for some reason, decided not to wear a long sleeve shirt. And it was mostly fine up to this morning, but I just kind of woke up and just had just a fairly massive flare up on my arm, and so just my forearms right now are just incredibly itchy, which is all the way of saying, if you can, definitely avoid the plant as much as possible, because I'm definitely living the impacts of a fairly poor decision in that regard. But it is what it is, and just kind of working my way through, and I've absolutely internalized the lesson. really love the maple trees that we have out here in the Pacific Northwest, because they have these just gigantic leaves that are, you know, like dinner plate size, just these massive things I can just wrap my face with. Whereas in, you know, eastern Montana, we have maples as well, but they're, I don't know if they're like a different subspecies or if there are multiple species of maple. Shows you really, you know, that's about the state of my botany knowledge, but it does amaze me just how huge their leaves are out here. And they're super beautiful and the light kind of goes through it. These are the things that, especially in times like today, that are just so crazy and chaotic, that just fill me with so much joy and ease. These little moments of lightness, or what I often call small moments of beauty. Just the way the light reflects through this grass here, the way the pinks on the flowers interact with the green and the bluish light almost just creates this like fairy garden kind of look. And it's those kinds of moments in nature that are so quiet and so subtle that just always make me realize that this is an amazing world. This is such a beautiful place that I'm just so grateful to be able to explore. Okay, well I think that's gonna be it for today. You know, one of my main goals with Wanderlust, and I have a lot of them, but one of my primary goals is to help people not only experience some of the beauty and majesty of nature that's out here, but help them learn how to see the world in a new way. Because I think that there's this addiction to the grandiose that we have when we think about nature, and people are often longing that they were somewhere else where they can see this beauty. And I legitimately think that almost everywhere there are small scenes that, if viewed the right way, with the right eye and thought about in the right way, can bring a tremendous amount of visual awe. And so from the filming I do, I really want to help kind of evoke this method of seeing the world and help people realize that beauty where they can find it. And so I hope that you were able to enjoy this particular session. I hope you're able to find some calm in the chaos, and that this video may have helped provide that. If you're not subscribed to Wanderlust, please do so. Until next time, everyone, wander in wonder. So grateful to bring this stuff to you all.